moving this morning.
Seen a lot of does, I guess, but nothing.
Yeah,
You know?
right. I'm looking at two little bucks. One of them
Yeah.
just lost his velvet. He's got red antlers.
Good morning, YouTube. If you're watching this as a rerun, you can skip ahead 8 minutes. 8 minutes until we start the broadcast. Until then, it's just John and I BSing. So you can chime in on the comment section if you'd like here. So stations, let me know if you're linked up with me. Please throw it in the comments or send me a message. I'd appreciate it. Well, let's see what else, John, here.
Oh, yeah. Other than that, I'm just like,
You know what I got? You know what really chaps my ass?
a lot of things.
There's a lot of things that grind my gears.
Yeah.
So this weekend, not only South Dakota started their archery season on the 1st. They don't wait until the weekend. They just like September 1st.
I
Right?
know.
So much more sense. But anyway, it's opening elk, right? For gun season or archery. And guess the phone calls I got yesterday.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, hey, you got any elk down there? When did you know you got drawn for a tag? Oh, 3 months ago. Huh. Could have used that help.
Yeah. Yep. I'm waiting for. I got a young man that asked me to take him hunting last year, and I helped him and stuff. Good kid, but never heard from him all summer. And when he calls, I'm letting him know that I got other kids that are going to be hunting that came out and helped me.
Well, they got to learn somehow, right?
Yeah, it's going to be kind of a harsh lesson, but I got other kids that showed up and came down the ranch and did 4-H projects for me and things like that.
Yeah.
So, and those are the kids that would like to, kind of say, hey, have at her.
Yep. Yeah, it's not like we ask for a whole lot. I mean,
no, I don't. I pretty much don't ask for anything.
What do you do? Waylon Turnus, good morning.
I can't believe, Scotty, I don't know how your country is, but we were 3 weeks ago, it looked like the Sahara Desert out here.
Now it's green.
And now it looks like springtime.
Yeah. We're not green by any means, but there's certain areas that I have seen green up quite a bit.
I mean, we're green. Got the rain that we got down here the other day. And then, we were lucky the storm missed us because, Blaine Meyer's place got just trashed.
Really? A lot of hail?
You should look at it on Facebook. I felt his siding is just destroyed. His four-wheeler seat got shredded.
Oh, man.
And he's got some big old meat hooks for hands, and he's holding that hail in his hand, and it looks like a softball in there. I mean, it's big.
So Blaine Meyer.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, he was 2 years older than me. 2 or 3, can't remember. However, he was in track. He was like the pole vaulter, right?
Yeah, he was a hell of an athlete.
Hell of an athlete. So I looked up to this dude so much. He's the one that made me decide that I wanted to be in pole vaulting and track. And got to a point where it was like, I kind of stalled out. And anyway, I went up to Bismarck Century. And there was a coach up there that they sent me to go train for a day. I had kind of a mental block going on. One of my poles broke and I hit my head on the cement pretty hard. That's the reason why I am who I am today. But
I thought it was because I had you as a kid as special ed.
It could be. 3 years old. Waylon says he was 3 years older than us. But anyway, went up to this coach at Bismarck Century. And this coach comes out. He's like a pole vaulting coach, right? And he's like 5 feet tall and like 300 pounds, man. And I was like, how are you going to teach us how to pole vault? And this dude gave us so much confidence. It was unbelievable. And so anyway, I credit my track to Blaine Meyer. So let's see.
Yeah, he was a good athlete. I remember him when he was younger. I just remember hearing the name all the time, and we knew him just from down at the ranch and stuff like that.
Oh,
and then when he came back from Colorado, because I think he lived out there, and he guided and did some different things out there. It's fun to listen to his stories about his dad Henry going out elk hunting on his horses. And Henry was a guy that people would stop on their horses, and Henry is like, "What are you guys waiting for?" And he would dive off cliffs with his horses. And, I mean, and again, you wonder why the kids were so tough. Well, Henry was, twice as tough.
Yeah. Yeah, mine will dive off a cliff too, but it's not because he knows what he's doing. Dumb bastard. Master John Anderson's listening over in the Wilmer, Minnesota area.
Minnesota.
Probably wearing a mask while he's driving in his vehicle too. Guessing.
Oh gosh. I'm about ready to turn off the TV and turn off everything.
Well, keep the radio on, damn it.
I get so disgusted, and like someone said, it's hard because these times we're in right now, it's hard to look at the United States as this great, great country because
it's a laughing stock right now.
Right. And guys just got to have faith that we just need someone to step in and start being a leader
right now.
Right. And guys just got to have faith that we just need someone to step in and start being a leader again. And like I said, it won't be long. We'll be back up on top. But it's just like, I can't even imagine being a serviceman right now, watching these freaking dudes wearing my clothes and carrying my guns and using my equipment. That is it.
Imagine.
That will go down. I guarantee this can go down as the biggest blunder of all time failure in military. It's got to. I mean, through the years and years and years and years.
To you and I, it'll go down like that. Uh-oh, my connection is unstable. We're reconnecting. We'll see how that goes. It shows that we're still alive.
Well, that's good.
Huh. Wonder why that is. So anyway, yeah, I agree. You look at it's just absolutely terrible. But you're going to get these people that think that they're going to overlook it, and it's going to no big deal. It's just what we had to do.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's like I said, I don't even know what to compare it to. It'd be like crossing the Mexico border with your family and leaving your family on the other side and coming back across the border and chewing out the border guys and telling them to screw off while your family's on the other side. And then you want to go get them. I mean, it's like, how do you leave people over there? I mean, it's just the most common sense. And again, I know I'm not a military guy, but
stand by, John. We're going to do a countdown here. Stations, 15 seconds, 15 seconds. And start time here. 10 seconds till start time. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday edition of Dakota Prairie Outdoors. Good to have you along here this morning on the opening weekend of archery season is what's going on. You bet. Today's show brought to you many great folks out there like Action Motorsports on the Strip in Mandan. Offer the Polaris Ag Advantage, 10% off any new Sportsman, Ranger, or General if you're a farmer or rancher. Also carrying all of the accessories you need to trick out your ATV or side-by-side. Whether it's gun racks or bull racks, winches to get that deer out of the deep stuff, plus all the filters and oil to keep your rig running clean and dependable. It's Action Motorsports on the Strip in Mandan. Glad to have everybody listening across the Dakota Territory. Great stations like KGFX in Pierre, South Dakota, KOLY in Mobridge, KLTC in Dickinson, K-Fire in Bismarck, Mandan, and KCJB in the Minot area. And also around the world on the YouTube channel, Dakota Prairie Outdoors Radio. Go there and subscribe. Link to it here. Also like those guys from Wilmer, Minnesota wearing masks while they're driving milk trucks, I'm guessing. My guest this morning on opening weekend of archery, the legend, the man, the myth. It's Mr. John Arman from Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV. Good morning, John.
Good morning, buddy. How are you doing?
Was that the right intro for you?
Well, that makes me look pretty good. I'm not quite sure it's the truth.
We all look good on radio, my friend.
That's good. That's good.
It's the voices, it's like warm butter melting over everybody. So it sounds like right here. Opening archery, and you said yes, I'll come on the radio show, man. I appreciate that.
Well, the way it's going, I could be on the radio for the next 3 or 4 days because I'm not seeing anything. So it's going to be a tough year, I'm thinking, for us.
Here's the thing. people have been asking me the same thing. Jamie been messaging me, seeing if I had any good big bucks or any. I haven't seen squat. I've seen young bachelor groups of bucks, young ones. I mean, like yearlings. But I have not seen, every once in a while, even at night when you're driving, usually you have a nice big buck in velvet will cross the road or something. But I haven't even seen that, John. What do you think they're just hiding or what?
I don't know. For us, like I said, it's last night I sat in one of my, favorite places to sit, and usually I will see 40 to 50 deer, and at least 20% of them or more are bucks, and usually you're seeing two or three that are going to be in the 130s to 150, and then you got a mess of them that are 120s to 130, and then you got the younger class. And I saw two bucks that were maybe 110, and that's what I've been seeing on my cameras. I've been seeing hardly any bucks, and I don't know why. I know last year we took a beating during rifle season because I can't tell you how many deer we saw with bullets through them, with legs shot off.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't find them all. We ended up, I think I found one dead head, but I think that one just died naturally. But the ones that we had seen, one with drop tine. We saw big nines, two big nines. That one had his front leg shot off, one had his back hind quarter shot off. Rifle season took its toll, and then we got to get through the winter. And when we had that cold snap, I know I found probably 6 to 8 younger deer, laying in the bottom of the draws, curled up.
Mm-hmm.
And now EHD is moving through that I'm hearing from people. We haven't found any dead ones, but I don't know where they're at. I mean, like I said, it's the most disappointing opening I've ever had. I mean, and I've been through quite a few of them. And compared to last year I had like probably 20 bucks walk by me opening day.
Well, last year you
And
didn't.
yesterday,
Yeah, Oh, there you go. So we just like that, you lose John Arman top of a hill somewhere, but we'll call him back here. We'll get him back going here. I was going to say, last year, one of the things that John wouldn't even come on the radio program because of the reason that they had so many deer going around the area. So, see, John's got to get into a little bit better area. That's what's nice about cell phones. Once in a while, you get a good connection. Sometimes you don't, but we'll get John Arman back on here. Anyway, opening season here for archery season across North Dakota and South Dakota. And also, if you're a North Dakota guy, elk season's open up too. You back there, John?
Yeah, I must have tilted my head the wrong way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was just going to say, like last year, you couldn't come on to the radio program because there was too many deer to chase. This year, you're like, heck yeah, I can come on.
Yeah, it's just like I said, and again, I got a good friend of ours, Randy Birdsong, up, and you always put pressure on yourself. And we've got some deer I know he has a good chance of killing, but we just need the right wind. And I don't know if we're going to get it.
No, I made a kind of my own mental pact with myself this year, John, is I'm going to use my rifle tag for doe this year, and just my archery tag is going to be one buck. I just, for some reason, I feel that the bucks have been overhunted in my area. Is that even possible in some spots, I guess?
Well, I think so. I think I'm not sure, I don't know what our numbers were from last year, but we got hit with EHD across this country pretty hard. And it's again happening. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, but I know it can be hunted. I know our area gets hunted hard.
Yeah. Waylon Turnus says there's a lot of blue tongue in the Bisman area. He said dead deer along the riverbanks is what they're finding there. And I guess we haven't seen any dead deer in, like my buddy in the Scranton area. Usually he gets hit pretty hard with EHD, but like he said too, there's no water in any of the dams anymore. It's as dry, right. So if you don't have any water, I don't think there's a chance of that EHD as much.
Yeah, and I don't understand it all because, like I said, we haven't, usually it's like, I know down in Montana, a friend of ours gets hit. He said they get hit a lot when they got the Little Missouri running through there.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's on these dry years. And I don't know if it's because and then the water recedes and then the mud banks, and that's where those midges are at. I don't know. I just know this, and this is one for the Game and Fish because I've never understood this. we worry so much about chronic wasting disease. That's all we hear about.
Yeah.
But EHD wipes out way more deer. And someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I would say the numbers of deer lost by EHD has got to be way, way, way higher than CWD.
I agree with you on that. Absolutely. And,
but I guess there's nothing you can do.
No. Yeah, well, another guy chimes in. He says, I didn't even apply for a buck tag here. He said, I just put in for a doe for rifle and muzzleloader. And yeah, I wonder if that's kind of a trend. I don't think everybody, there's got to be some people that are seeing some pretty good bucks. And if you are, text, let me know what you're seeing across North and South Dakota. Are you seeing anything good in what area? You can text it as I'm on the road today. I'm in South Dakota, and I'm going to do some archery hunting down this way too, John. So
yeah, and they can drop me a pin. Where those big bucks are at, and I'll just come in there and help them.
Yeah, 701-425-6651 is my cell. Text that, or you can live chat on my live YouTube channel right now too here. So, but yeah, I tell you, I hate to be a Debbie Downer on this here. There's got to be some decent ones. And I think what I'm going to do, John, is probably hike into a little deeper stuff, a little bit further off the beaten path and see how that goes. But the dry weather, how's that going to affect? I mean, is that affecting access? Is it affecting other things this year? I mean, I guess we can talk about that here as we're getting closer to the break here. I led you into a question and then I had to cut you off. How's that, John? Do I sound like a talk radio host from Fargo?
There you go.
Do I sound like one of those guys?
And then come
host from Fargo.
There you go.
Do I sound like one of those guys?
And then come back and don't let me answer it.
Well, we can always do that here. You can text me questions, comments, concerns, 701-425-6651. We're live chatting on YouTube or live chatting. You can message me on Messenger as well. John Arman from Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV is my guest here today. I'm Scott Bachmeyer, and I'm on the road today doing a little bit of it's R&R in South Dakota side of things. So that's why if you're watching YouTube, yes, I am broadcasting from the closet. It's coming up next after.
For over 80 years, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been your locally owned hometown bank, an honor we take great pride in. And our customer satisfaction has always been our most important goal. We've gone along with the communities we serve and will continue to do so with our pledge of modern banking convenience with old-fashioned hometown service. From remote deposit options to online mortgage applications, we are happy to serve you wherever you are. Learn more at dakotacommunitybank.com. That's dakotacommunitybank.com.
MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer.
It's every American's right to bear arms. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we're here to help you support your Second Amendment rights, which reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Whether you're looking for a pistol for personal defense or collector gun, we have the staff to help you. We also have the area's largest inventory of ammo and reloading supplies.
Mandan Sporting Goods, the area's local gun and ammo specialists.
Our outdoor heritage is important to North Dakotans, and the state's oil and natural gas industry is advancing the possibilities for conservation. The North Dakota Outdoor Heritage Fund receives up to $40 million per biennium from oil and natural gas taxes. The industry is reclaiming land for future generations, and it's developing our state's natural resources in harmony with our great outdoors and wildlife. North Dakota Oil and Natural Gas, advancing the possibilities. Brought to you by the North Dakota Petroleum Foundation.
Piper's Western team of Andy Murdoch and Jim Sabby would like to invite you to sit down and talk about the future of land planning. Whether you're looking at selling, buying, or options to hand it down to the next generation, Andy and Jim will lay out all of the options for you. It's a great time to buy or sell, and with interest rates to make it profitable. Piper's Western Team, Andy Murdoch and Jim Savvy. For more information or land updates, go to pifers.com.
Rockin' 7W has all the panels you need. Freestanding panels, windbreak panels, feeder panels, and the original protester panel. If you don't know what that is, it's a sort panel that makes sorting calves from a cow a breeze. You can do it in a fraction of time with just one person on foot or horseback. You can custom order sizes to fit your current operation, or you can start from scratch. Rockin' 7W also does trailer repair on any size trailers, mobile welding, and custom cattle hauling. Call Justin at Rockin' 7W at 701-206-1030. That's 701-206-1030. Rockin' 7W, the farmer and rancher's go-to guy.
As an independent insurance agency, Dakota Community Insurance partners with leading insurance companies to offer products that are designed around you and your farm insurance needs. As a leader in farm and ranch insurance, we can help you to minimize the risk to you and your operation, including farm equipment, livestock, farm and ranch insurance. We can help you to minimize the risk to you and your operation, including farm equipment, livestock, farm buildings, and crops. Stop into your local branch to visit with our insurance agent or visit DakotaCommunityBank.com. You can rely on us when nature strikes. Dakota Community Insurance.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Mo Rest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer.
It's every American's right to bear arms. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we're here to help you support your Second Amendment rights, which reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Whether you're looking for a pistol for personal defense or collector gun, we have the staff to help you. We also have the area's largest inventory of ammo and reloading supplies.
Mandan Sporting Goods, the area's local gun and ammo specialists.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. Dakota Prairie Outdoors Saturday edition continues here as we're broadcasting across the Dakota Territory on great radio stations like KGFX and Pierre, KOLY in Mobridge, K-Fire 550, the voice of the Northern Plains in Bismarck, Mandan, KCJB up in the Minot area, and also KLTC in Dickinson, the Western Edge. And good morning, everybody. John Arman, are you still with me, buddy? You still got phone service?
Yep, I am.
Wow. Well, I tell you,
I'm right here.
You and I were discussing during the break, how long we've been doing this stuff and the platforms. And, a lot of people don't realize that we have a pretty good platform and sometimes it feels like we're preaching to the choir. And then once in a while, you run across that one person that says, they hate everything about your radio program. It just makes me want to keep going just that little bit longer, I guess. One more time.
Yeah, it's, and like I said, I'm getting at the end of my career, and, the tunnel of light starts narrowing. And some days it's pretty narrow. And then you'll run into people and they'll stop you and say, man, I love your show. Keep doing it. And then you're like, I got to keep doing it.
That's the thing in the industry you and I are in, you probably get, I don't know, we probably get hit the same way. And we always hear the negative. The people with negative will always be the first ones to contact you. And, and they're the hardest ones on what you and I do in the, I guess, outdoor industry side of things. But, those, so just a forewarning for folks, if you like what we do, let us know that too, because the naysayers are always going to be the first ones to speak up, it seems like. So just like I am with people wearing masks in their vehicles. I don't get it.
I wonder if those guys have to, like if they're delivering the milk or whatever you're talking about, if those companies are making them.
I don't know. I just think that all milk drivers wear masks anyway. That's how. I only say that because I know one of them's listening this morning, and I'm trying to give him a hard time on the tube and on radio here. So,
that's good.
Well, we're discussing some more deer stories here, and I led you. Wayne Muth was on my show last week, talking about antler growth. I don't know if he caught some of this or not. And he said that certain times, he said, I don't know how it is. He said if they have like an injury to maybe their legs or something like that, that'll affect their antler growth and how it grows.
Yep.
So maybe if you're seeing all these deer, John, with injured front legs and back legs, maybe next year they're going to have a unique rack on them. Who knows?
I don't know. I'm thinking my deer are, what was it? They're maybe these bucks are identifying as does, because that's all I'm seeing is does right now.
Yeah.
Because I like I said, I don't know what it is. Like I said, it's the worst I've ever had it, and there's no explanation. I mean, we didn't shoot a bunch of deer last year. We always have a good crop, but when you lose 6 or 7, bucks that are in the 140s, that's your buck. That's your crop of mature deer. But I'm not seeing the younger ones like I usually do. But again, we were so dry down here. I know
blows my mind, because you look at the Game and Fish reporting what they see. And, they said that the ratio is up this year compared to last year.
I don't know how they do that.
Yeah.
Unless, like I said, I don't, again, I know they fly over, but holy cow, seeing deer in the summertime, unless they're doing it in the dead of winter and there's snow on the ground, I don't know how you count deer or even have an idea.
Well, they just did the mule deer survey, I think, 3-4 weeks ago.
See, and I don't know how you do that. I mean, again,
well, they fly low. I'll tell you that. It'll scare your cows through fences. I know that. I
still believe that we should have, and I don't know if you would agree with me or not, but I think it'd be real easy to have an app. If you harvest a deer, you can text it to the game. I know they send out surveys.
Right.
There's got to be a better way to get an idea of how many deer are killed each year and things like that. I don't want any more red tape by any means,
right.
But
I agree.
I would think you'd be able to just get online or on your phone on their app, and if you harvest something,
I agree. So I had the same conversation with a few people. Everything that we do now for licensing is online.
Right.
The survey should be easy enough to do online as well. And I'd rather take it online on my phone than to sit down with a piece of paper and mail it back. And it sounds like it's first world problems here, John, I guess. But what do you do? Wayne text, yeah. He says, he says, got on a bachelor group of bucks last night. One really nice one in that bunch ran out of light before I could close the distance. Hiked in early to a big rugged Badlands and glassing right now. He says, tell John if he wants a pin where I'm at, I'm in eastern side of the state. Not many deer, though. He says they're really tough to find this year.
I want to know how the numbers are out there as far as guys hunting, because I've heard it's just been getting inundated out west. If that's true or not, as far as amount of bow hunters and people coming.
Yes. Yeah. Deer. Here's the thing. Archery season is one thing. Elk season has increased like crazy amount of people. And when it comes to the 16 days of rifle season, it is unbearable sometimes, John, is how many people are driving around that area. So, but at least they're out hunting. At least they're still giving the outdoors a chance. And I'd rather see that than zero hunters and, the antis winning, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. What do we got there? Another no.
Well, I got a text message. Somebody taken a picture outside of their window of their vehicle. It says, hey, 73. And I'm not sure who this is from. I don't recognize the number. So if you're listening, let me know.
And I just got a text from a young lady that we hunted with, JC, and she said 3A. I think she said 3A's got some good bucks in it. She's been seeing. So
really good.
So, like I said, I know they're around, and I've seen some. I've got some friends that killed some really big deer. Can't send pictures out or name. No, one guy just shot a giant mule deer.
Yeah.
And he's a good hunter. He's one of those guys that he gets on deer. He does homework all the time. And again, I think if I need to get out and do spot and stock, because I don't think I think I could shoot a 140-inch mule deer, and some people would scoff at that, but I've never shot one. And I think the joy of doing that
Yeah.
would outweigh sitting in a tree stand shooting, 125-inch whitetail. And again, we were just talking, would outweigh sitting in a tree stand shooting, 125-inch whitetail. And again, we were just talking about it. There's so much pressure nowadays, and I listen to Levi, and I give Levi a bad time, and he's waiting for this deer or for that deer, and I said, dude, you've only shot one deer.
Yeah.
I said, and everybody, and I think the TV and Lee and Tiffany and all these great shows, Randy Birdsong, and that's one thing I do like about Randy. They shoot a lot of average deer. Fred Eichler does, but people are so tough on people if they shoot a young deer or this deer, and everybody says, I shot this old warrior, I shot this one because of this. And like Levi said, he goes, if I get that feeling and it feels good, I'm going to pull the trigger. And I said, I like that, because that's the way I am. I don't always shoot the biggest deer, but if I target a deer and I shoot that deer and I'm jacked about it, that's part of it. And this year, I think I got some like 6-pointers or 7-pointers that are probably never going to amount to a whole heck of a lot, but they are, score-wise, they're going to be probably a 120-inch deer, but they're an old, big-bodied deer. And again, it's just, I'd rather shoot an older one, and I don't care about the rack so much. And it's one of those deals, if someone wants to shoot a 3.5-year-old deer and they're jacked about it, that's great.
Let them do it. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just like I said. And what I've learned down here is that you try to save a deer in North Dakota, good luck.
Yeah. We're going to wait till next year. Well, somebody else is going to probably shoot that one. So the text, John, just to clarify, the text is Highway 73, Northwest Mandaree. I had to zoom in a little bit, but there's he took a picture of a buck that just jumped over the fence here. And It's a monster. It's a nice one, in my opinion. We're just talking about the same thing. Some people probably look at that and not want it, but I'd take that any day and twice on Sundays, man. Thanks a lot for texting that picture for 701-425-6651. So there you go. Head northwest to Mandaree, and there's one alongside the road heading toward the water tank. So,
well, is that your phone blowing up?
Yes, it's mine. It's my phone. I
sound like I'm talking to my daughter because it's blowing up so much.
Well, she spends more time fishing here. We're up against the break. When we come back, we'll talk about how much fishing she does. I thought she was supposed to be in school, but I don't know if you're paying for the wrong thing, John. It doesn't look like she's attending school as much here. But anyway, we'll be back. More Dakota Prairie Outdoors coming back to your way. John Arman is my guest from Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV. Feel free to text or message anything you'd like. Questions, comments, concerns. Ain't taking calls today.
For over 80 years, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been your locally owned hometown bank, an honor we take great pride in. And our customer satisfaction has always been our most important goal. We've gone along with the communities we serve and will continue to do so with our pledge of modern banking convenience with old-fashioned hometown service. From remote deposit options to online mortgage applications, we are happy to serve you wherever you are. Learn more at dakotacommunitybank.com. That's dakotacommunitybank.com.
MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Mo Rest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer.
It's every American's right to bear arms. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we're here to help you support your Second Amendment rights, which reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Whether you're looking for a pistol for personal defense or collector gun, we have the staff to help you. We also have the area's largest inventory of ammo and reloading supplies.
Mandan Sporting Goods, the area's local gun and ammo specialists.
Our outdoor heritage is important to North Dakotans, and the state's oil and natural gas industry is advancing the possibilities for conservation. The North Dakota Outdoor Heritage Fund receives up to $40 million per biennium from oil and natural gas taxes. The industry is reclaiming land for future generations, and it's developing our state's natural resources in harmony with our great outdoors and wildlife. North Dakota Oil and Natural Gas, advancing the possibilities. Brought to you by the North Dakota Petroleum Foundation.
Piper's Western team of Andy Murdoch and Jim Savvy would like to invite you to sit down and talk about the future of land planning. Whether you're looking at selling, buying, or options to hand it down to the next generation, Andy and Jim will lay out all of the options for you. It's a great time to buy or sell, and with interest rates to make it profitable. Piper's Western team, Andy Murdoch and Jim Savvy. For more information or land updates, go to pifers.com. Rockin' 7W has all the panels you need. Freestanding panels, windbreak panels, feeder panels, and the original protester panel. If you don't know what that is, it's a sort panel that makes sorting calves from a cow a breeze. You can do it in a fraction of time with just one person on foot or horseback. You can custom order sizes to fit your current operation, or you can start from scratch. Rockin' 7W also does trailer repair on any size trailers, mobile welding, and custom cattle hauling. Call Justin at Rockin' 7W at 701-206-1030. That's 701-206-1030. Rockin' 7W, the farmer and rancher's go-to guy.
As an independent insurance agency, Dakota Community Insurance partners with leading insurance companies to offer products that are designed around you and your farm insurance needs. As a leader in farm and ranch insurance, we can help you to minimize the risk to you and your operation, including farm equipment, livestock, farm buildings, and crops. Stop into your local branch to visit with our insurance agent or visit DakotaCommunityBank.com. You can rely on us when nature strikes. Dakota Community Insurance.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Mo-Rest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com. for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer.
It's every American's right to bear arms. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we're here to help you support your Second Amendment rights, which reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Whether you're looking for a pistol for personal defense or collector gun, we have the staff to help you. We also have the area's largest inventory of ammo and reloading supplies.
Mandan Sporting Goods, the area's local gun and ammo specialists.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around.
Welcome back. Dakota Prairie Outdoors Saturday edition continues all across the Dakota Territory. Many great radio stations and my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in and listening there. Benny Paulson music, bringing you back into the break here. John Arman from Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV. John, welcome back here. Still got you on top of the hill.
Yep.
Opening
Yep.
archery season across North and South Dakota. So it's a good time.
I got one of the best seats in the house right now. The only problem is my coffee cup is about dry, and I'm about 200 yards from the cabin, and I'm trying to figure out how to get someone to run up a cup of coffee to me.
Well, if Levi's listening, Levi, you know what you need to do here. So
he's moving cows.
He's still he'll probably still
Yep.
bring you a cup of coffee. He's that nice of a guy. I know that.
that kid last night was up for like 30 some hours. He didn't leave my place at the ranch until 1:30 and had to be moving cows this morning at 8.
Yeah.
And again, you know why he's helping someone that's helping him.
Yep.
And that's the way the world works. And that's, like I said, he wasn't going to turn this guy down. They're friends of his, and they've been helping him, find some antelope and do some things like that, because he's done well with the antelope tags this year. I think he's got 3 of them. He got drawn for North Dakota. He's got a Standing Rock tag, and he's got a Montana tag. So
Good deal.
But
But
yeah,
you know, I love trading help. There's one thing I enjoy especially in the ranching side of things, is you know, a lot of people say, well, geez, you go help this person and you're helping this person. When do you have time to do your own stuff? You make time, because you always need the help of the neighbors once in a while. And I think that's a kind of a lost art, is that trading help once in a while. Text message comes in and says, keep up the good work, guys. He said, I put in for a doe tag this year for the first time in 20 years. Last year, he said he walked past dozens of dead bucks while pheasant hunting. So I wonder if last year's EHD is kind of catching up with us this year, why we're not seeing as many or more mature bucks this year, John. I wonder if that's kind of leading on from last year.
yeah, I'm sure it is. And again, there's some more deer. Like I said, I'm seeing all kinds of does. While we've been sitting here, I bet I've seen 30 deer, and I've seen 2 little bucks, and the rest does, and that's just not normal. And I don't know if EHD hits the bucks harder than it does does. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I got a lot of,
my buddy he says he's seen a lot of dead bucks, but never do they always say does. He's actually messaged me. He's taking his daughter. It's hunter safety weekend. So for those that are in hunter safety, classes are starting and going right now. So there you go.
And I heard, I think, when they talk about the nation and hunters and things like this, and this is an ongoing, thing, we talk about losing hunters, but I think North Dakota, we're still gaining hunters.
North and South Dakota do pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
With 2 of the states in the entire nation that kind of still do it the right way. We raised, I think for the most part, kids are getting raised the right way around here. Not always, but I think so.
Yeah, and again, and someone can, and I'm sure I'll get hammered on this one, but
sure,
I don't think we can sustain a lot more hunting. I mean, a lot more hunters. As much as we want hunters across this country, this is the first year I've never gotten a tag in Wyoming. I mean, it's like the odds of it's getting harder and harder to get tags. It's getting harder and harder to get access to places. I don't, that we keep talking about adding. I mean, if we added, 1 million more hunters, I don't think we can sustain that. And I think sometimes this is a cyclical thing. It's no different than putting cattle out in the pasture or whatever. It's like, you can only handle, I mean, you may have 1 million acres to run your cows on. And if there's only 100 good acres that you can get to, you can only run, a few cows.
Sustains.
Right.
Okay.
And I think the hunting is too.
So I'm going to throw this at you, because I really do feel when you're talking about tags, I don't think, this is my own opinion, of course, here, my own conspiracy theorist, as people call me sometimes. All right. I don't think it's just hunters applying for tags. I truly think that there is a push by the Humane Society of the United States, branches of the PETA organization, or any of these anti-hunting organizations that are given money to apply and take tags away from hunters. I honestly think that, John. I would love to know in some states, and I'm going to start with Montana, because I know for a fact, I know there's organizations out there, the same organization that got my radio show pulled off of Billings, Montana, and it's the World Wildlife Fund, that actively go out and have all their members apply for as many tags as they can, just so there's less hunters out in the country. So what's your thing? What do you think of my conspiracy theory on that?
Well, I don't put it past anybody. I mean, and you think about it, it's a quick way to get, the tags, and they're not that expensive if you have residents there and they do it. And again, I don't know how to do it, because I've talked about, there's some states, and I don't know. And again, I know, I'm going to get hammered on this one. So I struggle with, okay, so North Dakota's 96% private land. So that means the deer that we're allocating tags for are on private land. And so we had extra doe tags in our unit, which I would love to get. And you talk about technology. I couldn't even get one. The computers crashed. Couldn't get extra doe tags. And it's no different, what they did in Wyoming, where they went to that A and B tag, and they did it for a reason, because when there's extra doe tags, people just grab them. they have no place to hunt. They haven't talked to a rancher. They haven't talked to anybody. And then the amount of pressure that comes with it on little pieces of public ground, because
Yes.
say that in your area you have 50,000 acres of your friends and family that own land, and they have 50 people they allow hunt, and all of a sudden there's all these extra doe tags and there's one little piece of public property there. What happens to that piece of public property? It just gets inundated.
It's hammered. It's
And
same as plots land too.
and there's gotta be a way. In Montana's kind of like I said, the block management where you have to sign in, so there's only certain people there. I'm trying to figure out a way you can do it where there's less pressure,
Right.
more opportunity for people, because I want people to have an opportunity. But I don't know. And the same thing with those. No. Because I want people to have an opportunity. But I don't know. And the same thing with those. No. With those tags, like you said, how could we vet those people knowing that they're hunters? If you put where you're going to hunt and have that landowner's name, so then that landowner can, and again, it would make more work. But it's like, I'm hunting Scott Bachmeyer's this year. So then that Game and Fish knows that that guy's really hunting because he checks with Scott Bachmeyer and he goes, this is a list of guys that are going to be in my place. But again, it complicates everything. So I don't know how you do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is tough. I can see where you're coming from there too. But when you talk about Montana and the block management, I enjoy the concept of having to sign in, park in one spot, sign in, and then you can also see on that land, if there's 20 other people ahead of you,
right?
It's probably full, and there's so many people, especially around our area, that, they want to hunt the, I don't know. People tell me, I get an argument with people, they say, well, you got to don't call it federal land, Scott, it's public land. And I have some arguments on that too, because I don't see the public fencing it. I don't see you know what I mean? I see him using it. I just don't see him fencing any of it. But anyway, at any time of the, especially rifle season, John, there's certain areas on the plots land that one of my neighbors put all his into plots. It looks like a pumpkin patch of orange out there. There's so many people that drive so far, and then they drive out of there, or they walk out and they find out that there's already 40 other people in there. And they get upset. They're like, well, everything's been hunted out up here. It's like, yeah, if you would have the kind of a sign in, I think that would be kind of a nice thing to have. At least you would know there's, 20 people ahead of you. You probably know that area is probably getting hunted pretty hard. So you can save you some time. That's the thing. I don't know.
Yeah, because you want to have, no one wants to go. I mean, would you want to hunt a field? It's like my father-in-law, we'd drive by a place. He goes, this looks like a good place to hunt. I said, have you ever hunted here before? Nope. I said, you ever seen any birds here? Nope. And I'm like, well, how do we know, that 20 guys just didn't go through it? Yeah, we're just going to go walk it, And again, some people may enjoy that, but I would rather have that. When I look at that sign-in book, I can tell how many people have hunted it in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And if you're going to have a chance. And I just think that people somehow to get better opportunity, and I don't know how to do it. It's, the plots land is a great thing. But again, if it's overrun by people, and then there's other places where I see like the Missouri River bottoms, they're not utilized hardly at all.
Right.
Because it's hard. It's hard to hunt. I mean, it's tough. And people, are looking for kind of that easy cherry pick and that's why some of these people get mad when they drive by a farmyard and they want to hunt the guy's yard.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't know what the answers are. I just know it's complicated. It's gotten more complicated the older we get. And I sometimes wonder where it's going to go. I just know that in my lifetime, it's harder and harder to get tags.
Yeah.
You used to be able to buy, apply for a Montana antelope tag over the counter for archery, and you basically would get it. Well, I don't think I know but a handful of guys that got it this year. So I don't know if there's that many more people putting in for them or what.
Yeah, there has to be. Otherwise, there'd be tags left over here. Text message comes in, says nothing but dinks, fawns, and does where I'm at. Good news, I did get a porcupine. So there you go. Archery season started early for one guy.
Well, and again, like I said, it's one of those deals that I like to shoot big animals. Like no one, I mean, everybody does. It seems like, but this might be a year. I don't mind shooting a doe, and like you said, I got a rifle tag, and I will probably just hold on to that. And if I see a good deer, I'll shoot it. If not, I wish. That's one thing I wish we could do, and I didn't get a gratis tag. I wish that you again would, if you didn't fill it with a buck, you could fill it with a doe.
Right.
But
Right. Good idea.
because it would save people from shooting younger deer, I think. But again, that's not their goal.
Yeah.
And I really don't know what the goal is. I don't know enough about the Game and Fish and what their end game is as far as management wise. Is they're not trophy managing; they're just trying to give people opportunities. So, which I understand.
Well, it's different when it comes to whitetail versus mule deer. Mule deer tags are a little bit harder to get, and when it seems like when people do get it, they're going to get something, no matter whether it's old or young. They're going to get a mule deer buck because it might be their last chance of getting one. Another text comes in. Let's see here. Darwin just did my drive here, seeing 4 mule deer bucks, 1 5x5 inside the ears. Are you and John talking more whitetail or all deer? I think whitetail are still in the corn and sunflower fields, and that could be. That could be that. You and I talked about that before we went on the radio. Is there still a lot of corn and sunflower standing? Maybe they're in the deep stuff still.
Well, I think I talked to a guy the other day. He's an outfitter, rancher friend in the eastern part of the state, and you know what they're doing to find their deer? They're going in the middle of their big cornfields and clearing out an area,
Yep,
like 50 yards, and that's where they're setting their blinds up, and then they're putting down their bait, and because these deer are living in the corn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so too. There's a lot of corn that has been a lot of people baling it just for feed purposes right now, but there's still a lot of corn and sunflowers standing. Granted, in my area, the corn and sunflowers, you should be able to see a deer standing in there because it's not very tall. So
yeah, it's crazy. And then you think about it, you go into a cornfield, it's got like natural ventilation where the air will flow through there. There's not a lot of bugs in there. And they're protected. And I think once it starts turning where it gets noisy, then starts to dry up and stuff like that. I know the deer don't like being in those sunflowers, when they get kind of prickly, and they'll go in there and feed and stuff, but I think they'll start moving out once things start drying up.
Yeah. Well, and as mule deer wise goes, I still think they're out there. The leaves are just starting to change in the Badlands right now, John. So down in the canyons and the deep stuff, maybe they're holding up tight. It's been a hot summer. Maybe they're just used to being down in that shade. I don't know. Maybe that's where they're hiding in the deep stuff where I'm not getting into just yet.
Yeah, and like I said, it's funny. They just pop up. Some days are better than others, and like I said, I keep waiting for that one to pop up. They just ain't popping up yet.
So before we're on the break, I forgot, your daughter's professional trout fishing. Right? What's going on here? I thought she was supposed to go to school for dental hygienist. Now she's nothing on everything on Instagram is her fishing.
Yeah, well, she's, like I said, she's living in Sheridan, and she's really liking it out there. She happens to live where there's a pond right in her backyard, so she does some fishing there. And then her boyfriend's been down there. And
whoa, John, hold on. You have to call him what he is. He is the Instagram boyfriend.
The Instagram boy.
Do you know what that is?
Oh, what's that?
It's the boyfriend that takes the photos that go on Instagram.
Yeah, what's funny about that?
Social media boyfriend.
This is how bad social media is. So when I put Shelby out there, she blows up. She's a pretty girl. She likes to kill things, likes to catch fish. And guys are just terrible. And they like, every picture and things like that. And then when she gets a boyfriend, and if she posts a picture of her boyfriend, she'll lose followers. But it's funny, she got contacted the other day, and I've been, Randy Birdsong said the same thing to her, is that, you could make some money in the industry. And I keep telling her, I said, the companies are looking for, pretty girls that actually do kill things and hunt and fish.
Yep.
And she's going, oh yeah, sure, Dad. Well, she got contacted the other day by a company, and she's going to be signing a contract where she's going to get paid as being an influencer, and she knows how I feel about that. And I told her, I said, you are going to do your job. And I said, otherwise I'll call you a poser, and just like we call these other ones. But she's out there fishing. She loves doing it. She just hasn't been able to hunt much because she's so busy with school. But she's going to get back. She went goose hunting early season, and she was able to kill a couple birds, and she's getting into that part of it. She likes the steady action of bird hunting compared to sitting in the deer stand.
Yeah.
And there's something to be said about that. You always have something going on. So yeah, she's enjoying it, and she's doing a lot of fishing too.
It's unbelievable how people can make a living being an influencer on social media.
Yeah, it is.
How come we didn't figure this out, John? I mean,
and again,
we gotta, you have production, you got to do this. All these people do is take a few photos and go hunt, and take a few pictures, put it on social media, and they get paid. I mean, I know one lady, all she does is just goes around and talks about different beverages, and she makes pretty good money off of this thing, And another person I know, all they do is go around and talk about different clothing, and they make like $10,000 a month on this stuff. So I don't know, man. I think we missed out on. But yeah, we get to sit on the radio and talk about it, I guess.
Yeah, and again, we were talking again, and I still, in the generation with YouTube and all these, guys are like making money on YouTube and things, and I still struggle. I still like TV. TV's never going to go away. Sorry, guys. And then, like I said, I have to watch. If it's YouTube, I like to watch a finished show. I struggle watching just a bunch of clips put together. I like the storyline, and I mean, I just don't like to watch the kill. I like to kind of watch the whole thing that goes into it, But again, that's me, and I just think the rest of the world. I always call it the ADHD, the ADHD crowd, where it's like, get on YouTube and like Levi will tell you, he listens to like 30 podcasts a week and watches videos, and he watches every show, and it's like these kids, they eat it up.
Yeah. Well, just keep doing what you're doing, my friend, and we'll see how that goes. So
well, like I said, that's all we can do.
John Arman, the influencer.
Yeah, no, I'm not an influencer. I don't get paid for crap.
Well, things you never know. The guy that Dale, is it Bisbee or whatever, about his way of ranching. He does these little short clips. He's got a TV show now. You know that?
Yeah.
So you never know.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't think people realize how much work it is. So these guys that are like, my daughter goes, well, if you're
John,
done with TV,
we're coming up to the end of the show here, so we'll continue this on YouTube. So if you want to listen more with John Arman, YouTube will continue after the radio show here. So John, thanks for making a Saturday available.
Hey,
thanks, appreciate it, my friend. I'm Scott Bachmeyer. Tune in to Dakota Prairie Outdoors Radio, and you can find that all across the Dakota Territory and around the world. Eat some meat, drink some milk, have yourself a great opening archery season. All right, John, the show is done. So what were you saying now, so we can finish this for those watching on YouTube? Whoa. Okay. There you go. I got you turned up now. Now we got you.
Okay, what were we talking about? I lost my train of thought. I was listening to you.
We were talking about the influencer, about how you could become an influencer, and you said, well,
I was talking to Shelby when I told her, I said, I'm thinking about this being the last year of doing the TV show, and she goes, well, go to YouTube. I'm like, frick, no.
YouTube's tough on hunting.
Well, and the thing about it, if you want to follow, and you got to put stuff out all the time, and that's these guys with YouTube, you're putting content all the time, and I don't have, if I had no other job, but trying to find the time to put it. And I've always said with you, doing a daily show, doing a weekly show is one thing. Doing something every day is a lot of work.
It takes a lot of time. There's no doubt about it.
It does, and I don't think people realize that. You're talking about that guy that's got that ranch thing. You got a freaking camera in your face all day long. Those guys from Hushin' and things like that. I wouldn't want that. I don't want to live my life on YouTube for people to see what I'm doing. I mean, and some of these people, it's everything.
Yeah.
That's again, I think it kind of takes some of the fun away, and I don't want to lose that part of it. I still like doing the video and seeing the end results. And with Randy here, he's got a cameraman, and I love watching him work and doing stuff, because he pretty much films everything, and then I get to take it from him.
Maybe it could be like, instead of the Real Housewives, maybe you could do a reality show and just have cameras follow you around in school, and how you tie the schoolwork and teaching kids in school to hunting. Just do the real husbands of Missouri River.
I'd like to keep it where people think I'm a nice guy. I always think about that. The times that I blow up. I remember one time yelling at Shelby. I just lit her up outside, and I lit. If I was on TV all the time, it probably wouldn't last very long.
You probably wouldn't do it though.
Or there'd be a lot of people watching it, just watching me, waiting for me to blow up.
One or the other, yeah. When's he gonna get? Well, hey man, I appreciate your time. I'm gonna let you run here.
Thank you, buddy.
Go get some more coffee or something.
I'm gonna do that. And hey, good luck hunting. If you kill something, send us pictures.
Yeah, I will, man. Same way. Send me information as soon as you get it too.
All right, buddy. Take care and thank you.
You bet. See you, John. Bye.